Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Warthunder with Jiffy. As always, I'm Jiffy. This is Jiffy's Gaming. We're going to kick this bad boy off by getting our day 2 reward. See what we get here. We'll check chat. We got L saying hello. Hello, L. How are you today? And Hi saying good afternoon, chaps. Good afternoon to you as well. Hi, how are you today? Good afternoon to you as also. Thank you, kind sir. And Riley saying hello. Hello, Riley. How are you, buddy? How are you doing? Supreme Leader says hi. Well, you know what? The Supreme Leader is doing well today. He got a 20% booster to his research, so that is always a good sign to start us off. And I still have some of the 15% left over from yesterday, so that is also good. We are going to be doing England, and we're going to be doing air today. I need to do as much of that when, Smith is not around as possible. So whether I can try in an attempt to catch up. Good. Hello there. Well, hello, Cuervo. How are you today? And I might join says Al. Well, I look forward to it if you want to. If you don't, that's also fine. I just enjoy y'all's company. Trust me. We're going to kick this off like this. Can I join? Yes. Yes. Oh, okay. Shoot. Well, give me a second, Riley. I assume that was probably you down here, huh? Shoot. I won't be joining for a long time as I uninstall it. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hi, that's unfortunate. Something happened? Did you find a better game or something else that you'd just rather play, or just War Thunder just frustrating you in general? Set to 10% incline. Howdy, y'all. Howdy, Tin. How are you today, boss man? I will join as soon as I can. Well, that sounds good, Al. I look forward to it. Watch out for the trees. That's right, Smith. That's right. It's good to see the King of Gators in chat. Gator King Smith. Apparently work is not too hard today. He had a moment to stop in and say hey. And I appreciate that, of course. Now I wanted to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey and didn't have a space for it on the Xbox as well. That's what I kind of figured. A lot of times that comes up where it's like, man, I'd love to play every game, but I only have so much space, right? Howdy, 10. We finally got a British bomber with under turrets. Oh, nice. 10 says hi to hi. No, it's houses for the UK, not trees. The Washington? Are you guys hiding enemies of your country, aren't you? Are you guys hiding enemies of the country?
I agree.
What? I'm not really sure what in the world that is, what he's talking about. The Washington, yeah, nice. Well, that sounds definitely cool. Have a bomber with some under turrets. There's a full crew in here. I'm not seeing any bombers out yet. Not on an attack aircraft. I think you'd see something, right? Radar should be able to pick up something up out to 9 kilometers out. Is that right? How is life in the land of the free? Oh, life is excellent over here. Hi, how about yourselves? Hopefully this Friday afternoon is finding you also doing well in the land of UK, in the land of tea, and obviously excellent soccer. You guys made it all the way to the quarterfinals, right? All the way to the Final Four. I'll see you when I can.
Attention to the map!
Okay, I'll see you when you get back, buddy. If you're leaving, I'm not sure if that's what that means or not. I think so, but I'm not sure. And jumping in SB2C seems like fun until you do it. I swear there was an SB2C down here just a second ago. nonsense I'm not really up for. Let's see. I'm probably gonna get shot down here, aren't I? For my troubles. Well, if I'm going to, I'm gonna bring you all the way down to the ground. How's that sound? You're cooked, Jiffy? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same exact thing. Trying to get some help to help me, but you know how it is. Yep, there it is. Probably should have taken the head-on, but I had a feeling they would just dodge the head-on and avoid me like the plague. But I knew a couple BF-109s down low would also just be dead meat. So teammates should be able to deal with them real easy down there, hopefully. But, whatever. Didn't pan out like I wanted to. Also, what was in the Trump speech? I couldn't find anything about it. Oh, I don't know. I didn't look at it. Hi, I'm sorry. I think yesterday I basically got done streaming. I went to bed and woke up this morning. Just kind of chilled out. Just kind of chilled out for today. Do we get bombs in this thing? Oh, this thing does come with bombs. What is this? Is that a torpedo? That's a torpedo. Don't want that. Not yet, anyways. We can get a torpedo, but... Alright. I think Riley wanted in. Let's get Riley into the squad. Invite to the squad. By the way, guys, if you're new to the channel, we have our own little gamer squadron. It's =Jiffy =. So always feel free to send an application and we will get you right in here. Alright. Especially if you love Warthunder as much as we do. You're cooked, Jiffy. Let me guess, you had donuts and coffee for breakfast. How did you know? Well, I didn't actually have donuts this morning. I had donuts yesterday. Donuts and coffee yesterday. Coffee this morning, yes. And then actually, kind of was like a little special treat today. When I was out there, I picked up some breakfast just from kind of a fast food place. I think it was like McDonald's. Yeah, I just went to McDonald's. And picked up a little small breakfast thing for me and the wife. But other than that, just the coffee. Just the coffee. What about you? Hi, what'd you have this morning? I don't normally eat until dinner at 6 p.m., so I just live off tea and apples until then. Oh, apples are really good to kind of hold you over, to be fair. It's actually pretty smart. Tea and apples until the morning. Now, I will say this. When I go to work, I've got 600K SL. I don't know how. Well, grinding. If you were grinding, my friend, you probably got it that way. But anyways, what I was going to say, hi, was that when I go to work, I don't eat all day, basically. So I bring a couple drinks with me. So I'll do like a Monster, what are they called? What's the brown one? I can't think of what it is. I'm just never hungry until the evening for some reason. I was not. You were not grinding. Well, I don't know, Riley. Maybe you just had a huge match in which you got a bunch of SL. Could have been. Or maybe you had a 500% booster that you played and got a really good run. Or maybe you opened up a battle chest and got like 100,000. Could be a number of different things, I suppose. But it's pretty awesome either way. I'm just never hungry until the evening for some reason. Yeah. So anyway, so what I was gonna say was is that basically I do like one of the coffee monsters, um, in waters basically in the morning, and that might start anywhere from like 2 in the morning to 3 in the morning basically, and that'll run me till about 4 in the afternoon usually. Get home, eat dinner, and then that's it, man. Just usually go to bed shortly thereafter usually. Did you have anything good for lunch, slash dinner, depending on the time of the USA? So let me see. Time wise, this would be about lunchtime right now. Usually, when I'm at least home, I would grab something, but today, probably not, because I'm gonna be here. So I probably won't grab anything until dinner time again. Well, that wasn't very nice. Is that a... No, that's not. Yeah, I'm aware it was my right wing. So... Oh, can we... No, we can't balance that out. God, I love the Mosquito. It's my favorite plane. Hooray! Oh my God. Oh, and Riley is way up here in a Sterling. Very nice, Riley. That's a little far away for shooting machine guns. Did you have good for dinner slash lunch? Did I have anything good for dinner or lunch? Last night's dinner was sloppy joes with the wife. She has like a handmade sloppy joe. So she like takes the meat, takes ketchup, mustard, and brown sugar, and makes the sauce herself, and then cooks it all up. It actually is it's really good. I didn't know brown sugar was in it, but it's really good. So that was dinner. Handmade sloppy, hell yeah. See what I mean? Handmade sloppy joe, hell yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. And so she knows the ingredients. She gets the ingredients together and just puts it together herself. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's like one of those packaged ones or anything like that. 2.0 almost down below you there. You got P51 closing in on you to your left below. You might be able to get him, Riley. He's now straight below you. Maybe going out the back side. You're right there. Exiting out the back right. He's gone now. No big deal. BF-109 to your left, about 1.5 out, Riley. Slightly behind your left wing, 1.9, he's moving away as well. It looks like the fighters have kind of cleared out the bombers here for you. So that's kind of working out pretty nicely in your favor. All the other fighters are clearing their fighters out. He says, I don't eat burgers, but handmade must be good. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It is really good. She puts a lot of care into the things that she does for me, so. We in Council of Uninstalled Warthunder think that homemade food is best. But yes, it is. You can't beat a homemade dinner, especially by someone that actually cares for you, you know what I'm saying? Like your mom or your your wife. That just hits the best. It just hits different. Hey baby girl. Were your ears burning? I was just talking about you.
Oh, no, I was just letting you know I haven't really really tonight.
Oh, we're having chili berry tonight?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
could have
okay.
been selfish and made a meal I like, but I don't have a manager to make things like.
Well, you should make the meal that you like, baby love.
No, look at this one.
I thought you liked chili berry.
I'm not doing it.
Really? Oh, is the other one that real?
Yeah, the one you don't like. So,
Okay, yeah.
I don't.
No, that's okay. I'll figure out something for tomorrow. That's not a big deal even. And
Well, this.
sweet. Yeah, I don't know why all of a sudden that just stopped being good for me.
So, what I do with the chili verde is
Okay, you can do it probably on rice as well.
we haven't.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. That sounds good. Chili verde all by itself, even without the burrito and stuff like that, is usually really good. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get on Pablo for a little bit and kind of roam around and see what they
Sure,
do.
sure. Is that your indication that you want to play Paddle World today?
No, I'm just gonna go wander.
Okay.
Nothing else to do.
I had Vietnamese duck today in like a fried pocket made out of dough, and honestly, it was way too sweet. I didn't enjoy it much. Food is food though, and I had nothing cooked. Vietnamese duck sounds really good though. I would honestly rather make myself a sandwich. It's okay. I actually did something the other, what was it, a week or two ago, where I grilled up something. Oh, I did like a grilled ham and cheese for us.
I'm gonna go make a peanut butter and cheese.
Heck yeah.
Alright.
Love you, hon. I'll see you in a bit. But yeah, no, I mean, I agree. Home cooked, there's nothing like a home cooked meal. Just a nice homemade, home cooked meal. Riley, you can probably head straight for that other one right now. Basically, straightened her out right now. You can go for the other base. Banking her hard here. And Jiffy, we got the real European bread here. You wouldn't believe how good bread is. Well, I love sugar. What do you mean? Isn't that what bread is? 2 noobs with no wing, 225 and 185. Easy kill, guys. Oh, is that all that's left or something of there, guys? The real European bread. I do have to wonder, what is the actual difference between like American bread and European bread? Is it just the lack of like sugars and all the sweets that we put into ours? All the preservatives or whatever? Average American store bread that doesn't get moldy after half a year on open. No, God, no. Our American bread here, I don't know. I can't speak for others. Ours starts to get stale within 4 to 5 days, oftentimes. Like we have to basically buy a loaf a week. So I can't speak for all, but now I don't know if it gets moldy or not. But basically, when it starts to solidify and become almost like it was toasted, even though it's never been near the toaster, that's how I know it's no good anymore. Hey, Jeffy. Well, how are you, Wispy Crispy? D says, lack of sugars and process. These be baked by actual bakeries that you can buy there. D, see, that's that's the consumer protections that the Europeans have that we don't. Can I crack Jiffy? I'm not really sure what that means. What do you mean by that? D says, oh yeah, LO. It can also smell wrong too when it starts to become a lethal weapon. Yeah, no, it'll definitely give off a smell too. So you can give it a smell. It's the same thing with the milk, right? We have the pasteurized milk. I don't know how y'all's milk is or whatever, but the milk will give off a smell long before, you know what I'm saying, long before you have to throw it out, because it'll be like, that's not right. Wispy wants me to call. Hi there. Yeah. Xavier Prince says, hi Xavier, how are you today? How is everyone today? How are you, D, in case I didn't ask? How is Wispy? And how are you, Xavier Prince? Hopefully everyone is doing well today. Who is that bro? You don't know who Hi is, Wispy? Oh boy, you haven't been here long enough then. Jiffy, it's a slang you don't want to know. Better ignore it, I guess. Oh, okay. I guess so, D. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, well, I guess Riley is done. So I will respawn back to the hangar. That's why I have you around, D. That way there when they get crazy in the chat, you know? You know all the slang, and you can slang them right out of here if you need to. I'm asking if I can. I don't even know what that word is. Shelgle angle? It for real? I mean, I understand what FR is. They call the craziest to defeat the craziest. Why did you summon me, D? I'm not sure why Hi has been summoned either, but whoever's in trouble is in trouble, I guess. Oh, that Hi. Yes, that Hi indeed, my friend. That was me. Oh, they've been summoned to... Hi has been summoned to deal with you? I don't envy you, Wispy. I had summoned you. I felt like D was the one who said it. They call the craziest to defeat the crazy. Listen, sometimes the craziest is needed to defeat the crazy. If you consider Wispy being disrespectful, you are free to engage. Why do you want to crack Jiffy? Depends. I'm not sure what any of this means. Yes, that. Sometimes I'm glad to be ignorant.
Attention to the map!
Kids. So that's kind of a red flag, though. Yeah. Well, I'm getting an idea now based off of the conversation.
Attack hostile base!
Now you were talking out of your backside. I'm gonna go back to being ignorant. Trust me, Jiffy, as a member of the going over the top community, even I am surprised. I'm not sure what the going over the top community is. I'm just gonna have to take y'all's word for this. Tell me, Jiffy, can you helicopter it? Well, I could probably get this thing into a flat spin, but I don't know how that would help me in the game. I mean, who wants to see me put a mosquito into a flat spin? Hang on, let's see.
Reloading.
And we'll try this here. Watch this. Boom. Boom.
Thank
Boom.
you very much.
What do you think about that? It's not quite helicoptering it, but...
Request air recon. Negative. Attack the D point. Ah.
Oh, Lord. Ah! I don't know if I can take a P-61 or not, but we're going to find out, aren't we? Well, we're going to find out in the saddest way, because I'm going to get engaged from behind by some other goof nugget. Well, that's not great. Have I ever told you how much I love the mosquito?
Cover me.
Oh! O'Reilly. Oh, O'Reilly. Auto parts. Well, I guess we're returning to the hangar. Shit, in what way? Hang on. What's happening here? What's this conversation? Hey, Jiffy, can you helicopter again? Like I said, I don't think I can put her into a flat spin. Not on purpose. I'll tell you right now, you know who can put her into a flat spin without even trying? That is Kills You. I don't know how he did. Well, no, to be fair, I don't think we'll ever play with him again. I think he rage quit the last time I played with him, and I think uninstalled. He was not happy. So, I'll gladly say most incomprehensible, unimaginable shit ever, but I wouldn't do that. Well, I appreciate you keeping it cool and collective, D, with us. How on earth is a wife and kids a red flag? I sincerely hope you're joking. If you're not, you need your brain examined. Wispy, I'm a crispy you? Shit, in what way? In the way I like it? That's not what I meant by helicoptering. Oh, I don't know. Double fill or... Oh, is that like the double stuff? Like the Oreos? Like double stuffed Oreos? I like double stuffed Oreos. Oh. I lost Riley. Well, thanks for joining me for a while, Riley. Appreciate it, man. Wispy, this is the first warning. Yep. Well, whatever it is, Wispy, it's obviously very serious. So, heed the warnings, my friend. They do have the ability to remove people if you're being out of hand. I'm a helicopter you too. Wispy, don't worry. Warnings, how many do I get? Because it really depends. It depends on what you say. Wispy, I can helicopter you in 3 ways too. Alright, what 3? Xavier Prince. Oh, shoot, says, can I join? I'm sorry. Yeah, Xavier, I'll get you in a minute. Hey, buddy, throw your Warthunder name down below, and I'll snag you as soon as I get out of this. I was joking about say Gex.
To the designated grid square.
Say Gex. I don't know what that means. Let's see here. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I do already have you in as a friend, don't I, Xavier? I am so sorry. Everyone has like a different YouTube name from their actual like Warthunder name. So I always just ask for names because I'm like, man, I'm never going to remember people. By the way, can I join? Sure. I don't mind people playing with me. You're joking. Suddenly Okay, cool. But you know, that was not respectable at all. And I don't eat shit. I don't trust you. And say X just O the G and the S. What BR? Oh, we're in at BR 3.7. I love eating shit. I meant move. Oh, someone on my tail? No. No, we just started this match. Can't be on my tail. Fools, they are going to be looking up there for planes. I see way down low. Is it Lady Jillington? It is. Fools, they're going to be looking up there for planes. Yeah, right? No kidding, right? So stay super low. I forget what that's from. But that's from like a show or something where he's like, those idiots all the way up there. They're going to be looking up there for planes. And he's like coasting it off like 60 feet off the ground. Just think before you post. Don't be stupid. Do that in private if you can. It's much better for others. Sorry, Xavier. I'll get you in as soon as I'm done here, buddy. And Wispy. I don't see any ground units. I have a question. Are you in a party?
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Can I join it, please? PlayStation party. You see, you all are stupid. I'm gonna be looking for soldiers. A guy in a clown suit. That's right. In wars, yes. Yes. Chug the vodka and go full throttle in school zone, Luigi. That's funny. That is funny. That's a C202. That's probably not great for me. For you, I didn't think the C202 would have time to close the gap before I would get to the F4. Well, now I can't even pull up because I can't even do that. So let's see if I can roll out of this. Probably not, because I probably also can't pull up. Now we're in a tail down dive here at this point. There we go. God, I love the mosquito. It's my favorite. Oh, so painful. Oh, I can just exit on the plane. Leave the plane. Oh, God. Yeah, I just helicoptered it. Yeah, there you go. That was the flat spin, right? That's right, though. That is the funny one with the clown. Guys, they're gonna be looking for soldiers. Stupid. You see, a lot of stupid. They're gonna be looking for soldiers. Yeah, and this guy in a clown suit. That's so funny. All right, so I'll return to the hangar. Check the chat. Oh. To the hangar. Hello. Bada boom. I don't know why I can't just invite you from there. But it won't let me. Let me see real quick. Xavier Prince. Invite to squad. And so try leaving invite to squad. I'm sure if you got a bunch of planes you want to have us guess, I don't mind. That'd be interesting. Well, That's what I'm back in here doing. I'm looking for you. Are you in the squadron? See, Riley Bean is. Wispy Crispy. I am not in the squad. Well, I got you invited anyways. How's that sound? I sent to you to invite. Yes? That's my alt account, but, oh, okay. Well, what's your regular account? I don't care. I'll get you in the other one too. Wispy. Was crispy? Wispy underscore crispy? That's fine too. Get over here. Invite the squad. Boom. Yeah, now you're invited to the squad no matter which one you're on. How's that sound? What do you think about my account? Your background is definitely cooler than mine. What in the world was that? Did I do something goofed up there? I just went to profile. Maybe I went to the wrong thing. Player profile. Oh, vehicle collector. Very nice. You are a Marshal, Xavier. All mostly unrealistic, huh? Oh yeah, definitely mostly realistic. Definitely cool. Player card says, oh. Well, how about that? Oh, we got the bombs on there. Now we're talking. Now we got to increase speed. We got to go for the speed demons. Vehicles in the hangar. Man, you got a lot of vehicles in there. 200 Japanese. You have the whole Japanese line? Alright, oh, everyone's ready. Yeah, we'll revoke invites that didn't get accepted. Crispy got crispy. Gotta go on the mosquito. Nope, did I not accept it? Oh, okay, that's why, because I had to revoke the thing first. I think your account's definitely cool. You got a lot of ships. Or not a lot of ships, a lot of vehicles. 200 vehicles in Japan. Is that all? That's got to be all the vehicles in Japan, right? 200? That's got to be. I love the IJN Nagato and the IJN Yamato. Yeah, both the big battleships. I wonder if they have the Hiroshima as well. Or is it the Hiroshima? Hiroshima? No, that's not right. There was a battle cruiser. But then there was a bunch of battle cruisers for Japan. Really? Seriously? I said select. Thank you. Boom.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Okay, they're inside the bomb bay. So I'd also think that the destroyers for the IJN are excellent too, with the long lance torpedoes, Xavier. I would think that those would be a cornerstone of the Japanese vehicle lineup. I have tattoos of the names on my finger. Well, that's kind of cool. Trying to think of like the best, most dangerous ships of all time that you could think of in the IJN. So when I would think about it, I would think about the carriers, right? At least for that time period. So you're talking like the Shokaku, the Zuikaku, the Hiryu. We should stay up and not go low because that's where the enemies will stomp on us. I love you, IGN. Yamamoto, IGN, Nagato. I love. You're saying that in squad, you know that, right? That's just to me and Wispy.
Roger that.
The Yamato was sunk at the Battle of the Philippine Sea, right? No.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
I'm trying to think where she was sunk. She was sunk after the Battle of Sarai State. Team kill is so tempting. Yes, yes. So the World Cup, for Argentina again, huh? Oh, did Argentina win it all, El Cuervo? I knew Argentina was in the finals with, was it France? I wasn't sure who else. Tried to drop bombs on me. I missed. Yes, I'm aware. I saw that you missed. You got a P-38 on your 6, Xavier. Careful. IJN Nagato took 2 nukes. I love about her. Did Nagato survive the war? I thought Nagato was sunk. I, of course, reserve the right to be wrong, because I usually am, but I could have sworn she had been sunk.
Need backup. Roger that.
I'm moving towards you. Very nice.
Somebody attack him.
I'm not really sure who to take more serious here. It's like the F8 up above is turning in at me, but no. Nagashima? Nagamishi? I don't know about the Nagamishi. Should have stayed down low and just picked on ground targets, I guess. 100% made it up just so people would be confused. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd never heard of that carrier. I mean, I don't know everything, right? So I mean, you know, I never put it past there to be a vehicle, past me to be there for there to be a vehicle that, you know, I wouldn't know, but. Yeah, I'm not sure that I can just let you kind of slide past here. Without giving you some kind of an interruption here, friend. Well, that's really not good then. Is the Peep doing completely disengaging? He is. Wow. Okay. Back that down so I don't blow my water load here. Gosh, I'm trying to remember the different tanks or different battleships I knew about. Especially since the Japanese tried to use them in the Philippines. That is amazing. I did not just clip the ground there. Yeah, this looks like a really bad place for me to be. Interesting. Especially being out of rounds, it's a bad place for me to be. You know, and now, for whatever reason, now she doesn't want to hang in the air too well either. Although I have taken some battle damage, so maybe that's the big reason why right there. Maybe I should have tried to nurse her back before this. It didn't seem like a problem at the time because it wasn't giving me any warnings, but it does appear as though it will be a problem now. Oh, Wispy and Xavier are already out. I don't think I'm going to make it back. Do I? No, definitely not now, right? One engine.
Keep it up, and victory will be ours.
That's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I was basically already on my last legs there. You know, it's that was kind of going to be one of those finish me off kind of moments. That was going to be pretty easy. Oh, okay. All our guys are backing out, so that's good. I mean, they're going to give it to them. It was fixed from the start, I think. Oh, but who cares? Oh, that's not good. You guys think FIFA was fixed from the start? The Wispy said he crashed. I'll move him from squad for now, and then get him back in once he comes back. If he's coming back. But who cares? Americans use her as a testing ground. That makes me cry. The Nagato. If y'all like Japanese battleships. I wonder if I made that up. Yeah, I got that. The Nagato was a legendary super dreadnought battleship of the Imperial Japanese Navy, commissioned in 1920. She was the first flagship. She had the very distinct masts, or whatever you want to call them. I'm not really sure what they call them now because they're not masts, right? They're I'm not sure what they're called. I don't know the words. She was the first battleship in the world to be armed with the devastating 16-inch guns. If you like Japanese battleships, then tell me about the Setsu. Don't know anything about the Setsu. See, for me, I know about the Yamato and the Mushu and the Nagato and what are the other ones? There's one with an H that got blown up, I think, by the Washington, and I just cannot think of what the name of it is. The only things I pay attention to is my love IJN Nagato or in Yamato. Now the Mushu was the sister ship to the Yamato, right? Because there was a sister ship to the to the Yamato. Was it the Hattori or whatever? Yeah. This one here went into a battle. It was around Guadalcanal. It was sunk at the Battle of Guadalcanal. The battleship I'm thinking of. And they had brought it in for night action. And it was taken out by the Washington at close range. In a night battle. And I think the commander was Lee, Admiral Lee for the American side on it, because he was well known as being a guy who was almost blind as a bat, but he would practice with gunnery so much so that his men were excellent night fighters. Well, I don't think I'm going to break through that. Oh, I totally forgot I have bombs. Derpity derp. I could have dropped a bomb on that guy. Sorry, I'm trying to ground pound right now, trying to steer clear of too much craziness.
We're winning. Returning to the base.
Yeah? Okay. Aijen Musashi. Yamato's sister, my love. Yes. So the Musashi was the sister ship. I believe she was actually sunk at the Battle of the Philippine Sea? It's not the Battle for the Philippine Sea, is it? It was basically the IJN's attack to resolve getting rid of the American landings on Leyte Gulf. And I feel like both the Musashi and the Yamato were destroyed in those battles. Now, I know that Yamato actually broke through and should have absolutely wrecked us. For whatever reason, the battle is making me lose my mind. It's not Surigao Strait. It's not the Battle of Surigao Strait. I'm definitely not going to get her back over before then. Gosh, that was a major battle in which the Japanese Navy broke through, and the Yamato actually was able to put in some work. Unfortunately, they thought they were up against much heavier ships than they actually were on the American side, so they were using armor-piercing shells when they should have been using high explosives. And so the armor-piercing shells were punching straight through instead of detonating in and destroying the ships that were there. Okay, that's all the ammo I've got. Time to head back. This is like my favorite map to have a tank killer on, right here. Like having a nice little ground pounder. This is the best map because you come right off the airfield, move right to your right, and just absolutely wreck it. American used almost 500 aircraft to take out Yamato. My love with bombs. Yes, no, I know. bombs, torpedoes, the whole 9 yards. There was no way that the Yamato was going to escape from the amount of aircraft that were sent against her. So, and I think the Musashi had to turn. Was that the one that had to turn back because it was either in an accident with one of the Japanese cruisers, or it had been attacked by airplanes and either sunk or had to turn back? I can't remember. Earlier in the battle, it might have been the Battle of Surigao Strait. I can't remember. Gosh darn it all! It's a famous battle too, in which the Taffy air group had to basically throw everything they could, and their little escort destroyers had charged the IJN fleet to get them away from the carriers, to allow for cover for the carriers.
Need cover.
I'd love to give you cover, buddy, but unfortunately, I'm completely out of rounds right now. So what will you do, I-185? Will you turn and come for me? No. No, you will not. Anyone else seeing the crazy, distracting green line coming back and forth across my screen as though it's the radar sweep? And I see that on the right-hand side. What I'm talking about is directly across the front center, just above the pip there. Let's see if you can. It bounces back and forth. You can see it in the tail there. That's wild. I'd never noticed that before.
I'm sorry.
The H-E-I, right? I believe that may have been the actual battleship that they lost at Hia, or whatever, or something like that. Was lost at the Battle of Guadalcanal. I want to see if that was the battleship they lost there. It is interesting when you go back and you look at Admiral Yamamoto's basically before war kind of explanation to the IJN what he thought he could do with a surprise attack at Hawaii, and what he thought would happen afterwards as a result or whatever. And it is amazing because quite literally he says that with a successful attack against Pearl Harbor, that a successful surprise attack against Pearl Harbor and the Philippines or whatever, that basically he would be unstoppable for about I want to say about 6 months or a year. I think he said maybe a year or a year and a half or something like that. And then he said, and then after that, I may never win another battle after that again. We may never win another battle after that again. Wait, the Mosquito has a radar? Yeah, it's an interesting Mosquito for sure. Oh, it's a Navy variant? Hi? See, I didn't even know that. I'll tell you one thing, even at 110% weapon and everything else like that, she does not want to take off right now. Granted, I do have two 250-pound bombs in there, so maybe that's what's holding her back a little bit.
attack him!
Hello, Jiffy. Hello, K9. How are you today, buddy? Yeah, there was a lot of great Japanese vehicles and stuff like that. How have you been? Oh, I've been doing good, K9. I mean, you know, it's a day off. I'm able to play Warthunder with my friends and stream to y'all. That's a great day, you know. Doing mid, well, you know, that's better than doing bad. I'm glad to at least hear that, K9. I hope it gets better, you know, as always. But just keep your chin up and keep pounding away. And things tend to have a way of working themselves out. K9 says hello, D. Yeah. Yeah.
The enemy is winning.
Opie, how are you doing? I'm doing 3.7 right now, K9. We're doing 3.7 and we're talking World War II Japanese ships. So all the stuff I have a fondness for. 3.7 air, I see. Yes, yes, we are doing air today. Anytime I don't have Smith with me, I need to knock out some more air because his air can level up relatively quickly. So he can play about half the time that I can and still manage to level up his air. Hell yeah, naval sounds fun. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I got to get Smith into it one of these days. Get him to do a nice little naval rounds. Do some naval rounds with me. Medium tanks everywhere. Well, an AA unit over there. All right, well, fine. What are you? You're a howitzer. Oh, that'll be perfect as well. Trying to ground pound right now.
The enemy is winning. We must counterattack.
I don't think I can actually get over for that one. No, at least not do it and survive. I-16. Well, will you jump me? Maybe. But not at this moment, apparently, because you are locked in on that B-26. Kind of surprised that I-16 didn't come for me, because technically I'm the one still hammering ground units. That B-26 was heading back to base at the time when he found him. So coming after me would have been a whole lot easier too, because there's no rear guns in this thing
We
either.
need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Aw, there are no active players left, man. I'm just out here ground pounding, so. Hell yeah, naval sounds fun. Yeah, see? Naval would sound fun. That should have gotten me a little bit, yeah. Those are rockets. Don't need rockets. We'll need more speed. What we got here? Sounds like K9, don't you worry. You will find something to be obsessed with in a good way, not in a bad. Like something good for your growth. Yeah. Yeah, you know, and there's always something. There's always that something that comes up that really kind of piques your interest and you get real happy about. You know, and you just got to latch onto that and have it, you know, enjoy yourself while you can. The HMS Illustrious, HMS Victorious. These are the next tattoos I'm going to get on my fingers of them. I feel like, are those, Xavier, are those the carriers? And High says a very good idea. Are those World War II carriers, the Illustrious and Victorious? I feel like the Illustrious is. I almost want to say the Illustrious. If I could be absolutely wrong. I could have sworn that the Illustrious was the one that launched the planes that locked the Bismarck in place, basically. I could be absolutely wrong about that completely. Were they ferry Falmers? No, the Falmers were the fighters. Ferry Swordfish? Swordfish were the torpedo bombers. Whoa. Hi, Xavier. What you doing, buddy? Oh, yeah, there's some bomb sites out that way. Could certainly knock out those and then come back around for here. Do I have a bomb site? I have a bomb bay door, but no bomb site. You know how silly that is?
Attention to the designated
Silly
fight
Brits.
zone.
How dares you? Give me no bomb site.
Roger that.
Yes. Don't have bombs equipped? Oh yeah, sure do. They're inside the bomb bay. I'd have to open it up. I got two of them, two 250s. But I think also the bombs kind of help at least give me another option to do other things other than just try to ground pound with no. Yeah. Boys are going for their bomb sites over there.
Attacking.
Oh, is that the boundary right there? It's so wild. you dropped incendiaries. Got it now. Now I'm understanding. I was coming in here behind you to help finish off that one, but you've already got it. And then that makes me wonder if you also have another incendiary for that one. Is it weird, your mom, that you get a tattoo when you're 14? I would say it's probably not great for your growth, right? Well, that's not good.
Yes.
Come over here. Try to take on this guy here. Okay, well that bomb site's already gone as well now. And I may or may not be able to reach this one before I get shot down by them guys. Didn't matter. He blew up that one as well. Well, that was nice of them to at least give me a kill for doing nothing. Nice shooting. Who said that a BF-110 and the Mosquito couldn't dogfight? Woo! I tried to get him off you. That A6M2 went up high. That's so funny. Oh, Xavier's still out here doing it to it. Oh, very nice, Xavier. You did it big, buddy. Alright, let me recheck. Is it weird that your mom should get 14? Yeah, that's... I don't think that's terribly normal. Seems like that would be kind of strange. Maybe you have to select bombs and secondary weapons? Never mind, you do. What do you mean tattoo at 14, Xavier? Like a SpongeBob Kids tattoo or what? No, man. El Cuerpo. K9, check your 6. Nice. You don't mind if I join later? No, I don't mind. You can always join. Be on for about another hour or so. Very nice, Xavier. Xavier says, I get battleship tattoos or aircraft carriers. Definitely cool, man. K9 says, fuck it, I'm logging in. And the names. Oh, that's definitely cool, Xavier. Definitely interesting, anyways. I am flying with one engine. I was gonna say, I thought I saw smoke or something like that coming out of the one, but it looks like both of them are running still right now. Very nice. Rank does not matter. Balancer. Kinda cool. And then we just have to get almost the compressor done. Very nice. K9 said he was logging in. So must be the contacts, right? Alright, that can sketch. What in the world happened there? That wasn't what I was trying to do. Invited a squatter. Invited to the squatter. Alrighty. Whenever y'all are ready. Oh, we're ready. Let's go. I've always wondered, how different would it have been if not for the decoding, the code breakers who broke the IJN code and warned us of Midway. How much differently that could have been. So I feel like it could have gone much, much worse. Well, not even feel like. I know it could have gone much, much worse. Like, the way it turned out was like the best of all in outcomes for the U.S. But the way it could have turned out, oh Lord. But all things being equal, both sides being blind to what the other one was doing instead of the U.S. knowing where the Japanese were going, how might that have turned out differently for Midway? And for the Aleutians, I suppose, for that matter as well, since the Aleutians were part of the Midway battle plan. Everyone always talks about Midway, but no one ever discusses the distraction aspect of it. That was the Aleutian Islands, the diversionary attack, as they say. Well, I've also wondered, too, to be fair, how much different it would have been if the IJN had brought an invasion fleet when they attacked Pearl Harbor instead of just attacking to try to destroy the ships. Instead of just destroying the ships in harbor, had they also brought a number of troop transports to invade the islands, how much differently like that had played out as well. But then again, it's always the great mysteries of history, right? They do what ifs. Well, that's probably not great. Fly directly underneath the I-185. Well, it's worth a try. Since I was gonna get shot down anyways, right? Oh, well, thank you, K9, for taking care of that for me. I'd have hated for him to fly off and just ignore the consequences. Very nice flying. Woo. Whenever I hear that cannon, that's the that's a telltale sign that I don't want to do a head-on with that guy. I'm fine with one. What if the UK got invaded? Would the US have survived against the might of Germany and Japan with no help? Well, the question really is there, High, is that could Sea Lion have succeeded had the US stayed out of the war or not, right? Or even with the Lend-Lease help, could Sea Lion have succeeded, let's say, K9, nice shoot, man. That's some nice flying you got doing there. I like it. We're on him like white on rice. But well, the Germans gave up on Sea Lion very early on. See, there's a lot of different what ifs with Sea Lion, and there's a lot of different what ifs with the Battle of Britain, right? And the first one I think that you have to start with is if he doesn't allow Goering to convince him that the aircraft can deal with Dunkirk, that the Air Force can deal with Dunkirk, right? If he deals with Dunkirk using the ground units, I think the amount of the manpower loss and everything else there might have been enough for Sea Lion to work later on, right? And then after that, the simple mistaken bombing of one German town or city led him to switch up his targets from attacking the airfields and the RAF directly and instead attacking the actual towns and cities of England, which was a terrible mistake. Because at the time he was dealing a deadly, heavy toll to the RAF when he was targeting the airfields. But once he switched off of that, then that became another issue that they lost in, right? Then the viability of Sea Lion all by itself is a question. I wonder, my thought process always was that if, it was a huge if he could drop paratroopers at the airfields and attempt to subdue the English airfields and or take them over and then use them as a way to bring in more troops, right? Bring in your troops through the air, right? Could he supply enough to overrun England? And I don't know. It would be very interesting. It would be very, very interesting. The Germans gave up Sea Lion very early on. Probably in their eyes would have cost too much in blood for a relatively small target. Yeah, but that's a huge target, High. Because England being subdued would have allowed him to have ignored ignored the West for the most part, right? Because you would have to reinvade England in order to land on the continent of Europe. So, in order to even accomplish your first goal, your main goal, I should say, you'd have to make an invasion first of England, right, and Ireland, if the Germans were able to take over there. Hey, baby girl, what's going on? And so then, that raises, a lot. There's just tons of questions about what could or could not have been done differently. That's a pretty good landing. I think also the big H didn't want to go to war or attack Britain. So I do wonder. History, and I wasn't here because I was making tea. I'm sorry. Okay, let me tell you how it all started, and it was the J. No. We're not doing that. That reference I do get, D. I also don't think that without the UK inventing radar, we would have been... I also don't think that without the UK inventing radar, we would have been buggered. Yeah, the early warning radar system was key. Was absolutely key. And it was something that's kind of interesting because the United States ignores the early radar warning system at Pearl Harbor. And it's debated about how many planes or how much of an effect those planes would have made against such an overwhelming force, right? But it is interesting, nonetheless, to think of. Now, there is no reason to attack England, even though it directly coordinated with Russia. Russia was the biggest threat for Europe. Hello, bro. Hello, Sebastian. How are you today, buddy? I get that, D, but the concept is that if you ignore England, you give a perfect staging post for an Allied attack, right? UK was pretty much pushed out of occupied territories, and it was only because they stated war against Germany first. I forgot the word. I am grinding 8.0 Germany. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome, Sebastian. You liking it so far, Sebastian? The UK was the main opponent in Africa. Good old Monty, right? And the thing is that, again, things being equal, right? The English had decent supply lines because she owned the seas, right? Whereas the Germans did not. Germany could not replace the troops that she lost in North Africa, whereas England could. Because of the Navy. And even tanks and other stuff as well, right? And the Italian Navy was so bad. So bad. And I'm not even sure that it was the ship's fault in that case there, right? I believe the ships were just fine. It seemed like the training, crews, admirals, and everything else, basically troop-wise, manning them seemed to be just inadequate all the way through. Monterey versus Modal. Monty lost Rommel with no supplies against 3 opponents, UK, US, SA. Yeah, see, and that's the thing, right? Like, and that's the thing right there, I think, too. That's actually absolutely true, D. Old Royal Navy. Oh, how the mighty have... well, yeah, the old Navy, that's something to be very proud of. That old Navy and the way that they stood up when they were absolutely needed is absolutely something to be proud of. And if you guys can ever get back to that, you know what I'm saying, to that mindset, and get back to that way, I think you'd be in great shape. USA didn't join until the Germans were pushed fully back. Ukraine said we had Australian and New Zealand troops with us. Right, because it was the Australians who held... I'm trying to think what that port was. There was a port that they held, right? Yay, no more AP to UK. Big red one was at plenty of battles in Africa, as far as I am aware. What finally finished off Rommel, right, was absolutely the U.S. joining and causing him again to be fighting on two fronts. If I remember correctly, the British were pressing from one side, and we landed on another in Torch, right? It was an Operation Torch. I'm not too up on the American involvement in North Africa, but then you're also dealing with Patton when Patton comes in, and so you have Patton and Monty versus Rommel, and I think Rommel ends up actually leaving either due to sickness or leaving because it was his wife's birthday or something like that, and returning to Germany. So you weren't even really up against Rommel at that point. Also, Rangers went to Africa too. Well, Africa was a great starting area, right? It was a great training zone for us to kind of train our troops before the real deal happened. But again, it comes down to the concept of how much of that is the Americans and the Brits, and how much of that is just him not being supplied. Like, he was always undersupplied. Always undersupplied. There was always a lack of material and manpower. Rommel leaving at a convenient time and then plotting against leadership in convenient time too. Why would he even start if he didn't want to participate? I'm not completely sold on how much his involvement really there was. And I'm not really sure that history has really congealed around the fact that, around the concept that he was heavily involved in any real way with the plot to remove Hitler. The problem for Germany often seemed to be the allies that they had. In both world wars, right? If you're really looking at it. And that's just it too, right? The Germans are fighting both the English, not just both, the English, and the Russians and the French, with almost no help from Italy. Italy is such a mess. Hi, Jiffy Jip. Hi, Scarlett. How are you today? I am good. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Sorry, shit. I think it was fine. I understood what you meant. Get right at house level here. Make him dive hard. Come get me. Flaps. Go flaps. Nah. Now let's see who else is up and about still. Alive. Guy got angry. I stole his kill. Oh. Oh, one of our teammates shot you down? You never can know with these people. They get very upset about the minimalist of things. The beginning of the Germans' campaign was the second battle of El Alamein. After that, it was all downhill. Rommel leaving at convenient time. Yes, got it. Well, don't forget, Germany is a small nation in the world, and they already had one war over them in that century. It does have to be said, hats off to Germany. 3 empires had to join together to beat them here, right? Hi, Jiffy Jeff. Could I get in soon? Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. We can get you in right now if you want, Scarlet. Oh, wait. Scarlet in the squadron? Just need a minute. Well, there is something to be said, though, that, like, basically, Italy was considered the soft underbelly, but once the Germans were actually put into place, once the German troops were actually put into place, that fight became much more of a slog. You know what I'm saying? And that tells you the difference between the German and the Italian. And the same thing happened everywhere they went. Germany invaded Russia, and the Russians would make massive movements at where the Romanians or the Italians were holding the line. They didn't make a lot of huge breakthroughs where German troops were. They often seemingly targeted, you know what I'm saying, the weaker soft points of. Thank you, Scarlet. I was looking for Scarlet for some reason, and my brain had apparently absolutely, melted. I don't understand. How is that not right? D-E-A-T-H D-E-S-R-O-Y-R D-E-S-R-O-Y-R. Oh shoot, what D said apparently got cut off. Something about the Romanians. I don't see you, Scarlet. Are you not in yet? What is the BR? It is 3.7, my friend, but I'm not seeing you. Oh, I am in. Why am I not finding you then? Oh, okay, well, fine. I guess it's right there. Easy enough. For some reason, it popped up on my screen, but it didn't, oh, there we go. Gotcha. Sorry, it was a social experiment. Oh, they create the fascism and then fall, and then fail on doing anything. The god has arrived, as Scarlet said. Could I get in? Yes, the soft underbelly of Europe and old Italy. To name to destroy. What did you say about the remains? See, the Slovakian went all the way to Moscow over the Caucasus and went to defend the Crimea pocket until relief, despite Russians' huge army. Right. Well, so and the other thing too is, and the other big what ifs, right? We were talking about the earlier high with what ifs. What if this? Italy invades. Who did they invade? They tried to invade Greece. What a flippin' disaster that was. And now Barbarossa was set to kick off at a certain date, but a huge army had to be diverted away from Barbarossa. A huge section of the army had to be diverted away. So about 250,000, 300,000 men had to be diverted away from Barbarossa, Operation Barbarossa, to go deal with the fact that the Italians were losing to the Greeks. How embarrassingly insane and sad. And then the British had a small expeditionary group in there that was absolutely massacring the Italians. And then after all that, right? So you figure into this now. The Germans have to send, I think, maybe 300,000 or 400,000 men total, right down there to begin with, into Greece, which was not necessary to have at all. No, this is a myth actually. The reason why Germans went to Greece was because British were invading with ships there. They were invading with ships there only because Greece called upon them, and Greece only called upon them because the Italians invaded in the first place. Greece was not, to my knowledge, at least to my understanding, that Greece was not technically in the war before this. And it wasn't really until the Italians went stupid and went in there. But either way, take those 250,000 men, put them back on the line for Barbarossa, right? And then on top of that, set the Barbarossa time period to the correct time because of the invasion of Greece. The actual aspect of Barbarossa had to be pushed back. So all this is pushed back, and now you have basically an invasion that is not going off at the right time, and it's missing 250,000 soldiers.
Attention to the map.
You know, and now put those 250,000 soldiers as a reserve unit to counter Stalingrad. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's aspects to this that just are so strange that they're beyond belief almost. Have you heard of Operation Mincemeat? Hi, I'm sure I probably maybe have. You'd have to tell me what the operation actually was. Oh, LA5 is already coming in. Careful, Scarlet. No, destroyer. No, we still got K9 here. K9 going hard on it. What's up, dude? Not much, Thunderbolt. How are you doing today, buddy? Have you heard of Operation Mincemeat? Hi, I said that most of them, except the SS and some divisions of Wehrmacht, they're giving up a lot. Oh, and they had to rearrange whole leaderships to deal with the losses. Romanians were the part where Russians broke through in Stalingrad and Leningrad, respectively, as fronts. Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. They could not rely. They always had weak partners, it seems like. Hypnosis Hyena says, hello. Well, hello, Hypnosis Hyena. How are you today? Are you going to be hypnotizing me here? It's a good name. I like that. Operation Mincemeat was a successful 1943 British World War II deception plan that disguised the Allied invasion of Sicily. British intelligence planted a corps dressed as a fictitious Royal Marines, also carrying fabricated invasion documents off the coast of Spain, tricking the Axis powers into redirecting their forces. Well, this is for... So you're talking about basically for the invasion of They also did that though. I believe with like the invasion of Normandy, if I remember correctly, in which they made him believe that that it was actually going to be in the Pas de Calais. Instead of where it actually was, which was Normandy. Hello, soon? And soon I will be hypnotized. I'm trying to create dresses out of oversized shirts. Oh, that's cool. But I'm doing good. You? Oh, I'm doing good, Hypnosis. Doing excellent. All right, we're going to return to the hangar then, there, ladies and gents, because obviously that was a quick one. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Absolutely. You know, any day I don't have to work and I can play video games with my friends and just stream to everybody, it's a good day. Who doesn't love themselves some Warthunder? Yeah, a little bit of fun times, right? Especially the day off part, too. That is key. Right, whenever you guys are ready, I'll send it again. So far, Scarlet's ready. Just awaiting on K9. If you're bored one day, I would recommend watching on YouTube the greatest raid of all time. It's good in my opinion. I like World War II stuff, so I would definitely take you up on that. Like I said. And the funny thing is, too, is that, you know, even in the invasion of Sicily, the two prima donnas of Monty and Patton showcase their absolute craziness. Hypnosis says nut. That didn't show up on YouTube. So apparently nut is a banned word on YouTube? I don't know. The silly moderation tricks that they put in are just interesting. I will chuck it in Discord if you want. Yeah, absolutely. I'll take it. Gotta hop off War Thunder. It's getting late. All right, K9. Well, thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate you. You have a good rest of your evening, my friend. And goodbye. I have a lot of what ifs, right? And the thing is, too, is that old boy gave up on airborne assaults or airborne troops after, was it Crete? Even though Crete was a success, the losses that were sustained were such that he hated it. He did not like the concept of airborne troops after that, which was insane because it was still a success at the end of the day. Oh, really? Go ahead. Yeah, do it. Do it. You won't. Finish it off. Yeah. Gotta love it when your teammates shoot you down. Here. Open the bomb bay. Yeah, got rid of those bombs. Woo! Oh, he's smoking now. I think he's smoking anyways. His mates, BYBI, shot me down for whatever ungodly reason. Oh, maybe he's not. Maybe I was wrong about that. Or he's just releasing smoke. Alright, let me get over to our partner in crime, Scarlet. Alright, Scarlet, it's up to you now. Let's get my opinion. I will chuck it in Discord if you want. You have a relaxing narrator voice. Well, thank you, Hypnosis. Maybe I'll hypnotize you. The Hypnosis hyena gets hypnotized. That'll be my next stream. It's 9 p.m. for me. Oh yeah, that's pretty late. Still being streamed though. Well, I appreciate that, of course. Scarlet says, see you later. I remember a long time ago you were going to test me on as president. I guess now would be a good time if you want to do that as you are out early. Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Is that a flirting offer? No, Hypnosis. That wasn't me trying to flirt. I'm sorry if that came off wrong.
Attention to the designated
That was
bridge
I was just trying to be funny. It was my attempt at being funny. Perhaps that came out wrong. What if on D-Day, due to the battle lasting days, Germany had flanked American ships and shot them down with torpedo boats close by? Yes, I'm still here, by the way. Well, Wispy, the real question would have been, you were funny? Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you saying that. Wispy, I think the question then is, you got me smiling? Well, I'm glad I got someone smiling here. That's my whole point in this, is to have some people smile and have a good time. What was I gonna say? I'm so sorry. I get sidetracked. My brain doesn't work too well some days. So anyway, so Wispy, I think one of the main things is that had he not been so convinced that the Pac de Calais... Oh, you're avenging Jiffy. Oh, you're out here chasing down mates. I'm like, oh, you're going after the Act 7. No. I'm still struggling of it. I'm sorry, K9. I hate for you to be struggling, buddy.
We're losing.
I know life can be tough, bud. I am sorry that it's been a rough one for you. That's hilarious. So he's being chased by a P-36 and his own teammate. That's funny, because the enemy has now closed in on you, Scarlet. Watch yourself. You got multiple fighters shooting at you. Jeez. Oh, careful. Nice flying. The I-16 has stayed with you. It's about 0.3 back. Careful. Buffalo help high coming in, trying to help you anyways. Still back there though, 0.2. Ah! There's a lot of good moves there, right up to the end. Oh, I guess we'll return to the hangar. I think I spoiled the fun. No, not at all, K9, not at all. Like, I enjoy everyone being here. And if we can uplift someone, I'd absolutely love to. I don't always know the right thing to say. I have avenged you. Well, I do appreciate that, Scarlet. I do. Trust me. Because that was a silly thing. That was a silly match, as they say. But, Wispy, I think the big question actually would be, what if Germany had actually... instead of conserving their reserves, had pushed completely onto Normandy, all of their reserves. That immediately. May I join after? Absolutely. Do you want to join right now, Thunderbolt? Is that what you're saying? I will warn you, I only have probably like 1 or 2 left, but I mean, 1 or 2 matches that is left. But I will absolutely invite you if you want in, buddy. Have you got any holiday vacations planned? So I do have one coming up in August. I have a week off. I gotta turn my PC on first. Okay, bud. Well, I'll run one then. Well, it depends if Scarlet ends up readying up before you're in. Then I will throw one real quick. If not, I will wait and snag you. Can I play L? Says, sure, L. I can get you. Where are ya, L? What if Germany never invaded Poland? Well, then I guess technically the war never starts, right? I hear a dog. Well, you probably hear one of 3. I don't know which one it is because I had my headset on. I'm sorry. No World War II, maybe? Yeah, see, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, too. I'm logging in right now. All right, I'll get you both here. Like I said, I'm going to run probably about 2 more, and then I'm going to be done. But I'll absolutely grab people up. Faux show. Oh, that sounds like Clyde. He probably wants to go outside to go to the bathroom. Or he just wants to go outside to go bark at the other pups. Chase and run around in the yard. Unfortunately, right now, the female is in heat. Well, one of the 2 females is in heat. So it's kind of got to be females and then the boys. How's the wife and family doing? Oh, the wife and family are doing good. Trying to think if there's anything specific that's happening right now. I don't really think there's anything too crazy happening right now. But my cat is crawling on my face. Well, that's no fun. Thunder, can you throw your your Warthunder name in here, bud? It's been a hot minute since I played with you. And as much as I'd like to think that I remember, I got a memory that's much like the Titanic. Leaky and under a lot of pressure right now. I could have sworn L is Bazinos, but that also could be wrong. You guys in yet? Mm-hmm. So I run about as long as I can without running. L is I like Atenic Obert. Why did I not? I don't know why. Could we try a high tier around 13.0? I don't have anything at that tier, but for the last match, I don't mind doing something like that. But give me one more round at least like this, and then y'all can do whatever y'all want. And then I won't care. All right, Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt said he wanted in, right? But I need his name. Okay. I'm out. Yes, and I should have known that. I don't know why. L, it always gets me because it's always like, oh, it's L Dog. And then I'm like, no, it's not L Dog. And then I'm trying to think, and I'm like, what is the name? I'm like, I know there's an L in there. I just can never come up with it for whatever reason. Thunderbolt, man. All right, I'm gonna give him another like 5 seconds here, and then I'm gonna roll without him for 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, going. I guess I'll have to revoke invites right now and send it. England and America. But yeah, so it would be interesting to know if at Normandy, if he threw all of his reserves in instantly, brought them all out of the Pas de Calais, brought them all out from behind, used everything he had Air Force-wise, and attacked to drive the Americans back, Americans, Canadians, and English back out into the sea. How would that have gone, right? I think there is a question about whether or not, they could have driven us back out into the sea and really ruined the landings at Normandy. And if that goes poorly and it becomes a disaster and we have to pull back from that, how many troops does that then free up while we lick our wounds for him to send to the Eastern Front to try to fight, the Russians? I don't know. It's all very interesting, and that's why I also said that him not finishing off England before turning on Russia really set him up for failure. There's no jump-off point if he doesn't have England. I see shit online saying Germany would have won World War II with more time, but we had nukes. So the idea, Scarlet, is that they were working on the nukes before we were. And the idea is that had they waited to start the war, they may have been able to start the war in 43 or 44 with nukes, when we would not have had that because our research would not have been going, because we would not have been at war. I don't know if that makes sense or not. And so had he started the war later, he could have started with the V2s, with the rockets, possibly with the Me-262, right? And if he puts those into mass production, these weapons, where the first, he has the first jet plane, he has the V2 rockets, and he has nukes before us, or he has the atomic bomb before us, right? When no other country has it, could he have won it in a quick succession, right? The Germans were way ahead technology-wise than the Allies. Yeah, and it really wasn't until the war actually started that the Brits, Americans, and other countries started to actually start working on all of this stuff, And that was always the running joke, too, because we took so many of their scientists after the war. That's how we really kicked off NASA. NASA was basically, for lack of a better phrase, basically just kind of a Nazi playground, I guess. I don't know. I don't really want to say the word too loudly because I have a feeling like the YouTube overlords will spank me just for saying the word. But let's be fair, like a lot of the scientists came to our side, and that's what allowed us to get to the moon, allowed us to go to outer space. I couldn't put this thinking gun down in time. Well, that's funny. The Americans took quite a few German scientists after the war. Yes, and that's the whole thing, too. And there was a lot of people who the public would have thought should have stood trial for certain things, for certain crimes, for certain war crimes, let's say, that were able to escape those war crimes because the United States took them in and put them to work for us to go against the Russians.
Attack enemy troops! Take him
to deal with the Soviets. So it's so funny that BF-110 shoots me down, but then is unable to avoid my wreckage. Just slams into me. And I think it was interesting because one of the key ingredients for the atomic bomb was like heavy water, and we actually, I'm not sure if it's us or the SAS who conducts a raid to blow up. Maybe in the SAS, maybe in one of their greatest raids. Like my face, Jiffy? I do like the face, L. I love it. Kind of almost reminds me of the old Flying Tigers here, right? You Americans really did us over after the war. Hey, listen, I don't want to hear it high. Y'all really let Poland down. Everyone let Poland down, let's say that. You made us get rid of our empire. Everyone did Poland dirty. Careful, you got one to your left here. I-85 closing in. Behind you now. Man, he turned quick. The I-185, man, just turned like nobody's business. Is that the same I-185? What a dirty pirate.
Destroy the target. I agree.
Well, I guess we can go back to the hangar. And I will run one more with y'all. And then I'm going to head on out. Get something. I think I need just something to kind of snack on right now. Just a small snack for dinner. Still haven't forgiven Roosevelt. Well, a lot of people really like Roosevelt. I'm kind of meh on Roosevelt. You know, he helped kind of create the modern welfare state, which has been nothing but a burden to us for years. So if he was looking to instigate the Japanese to attack us to get us into the war, he did a wonderful job. You know, can't fault him there, right? But there are certain aspects to which I'm not a fan. Other than that, I'm trying to think. Who was the president during the Vietnam War? Yeah, you can take it to jets. I don't really have any jets. Scarlet, I mean, highest thing I have probably... Well, let's see, where are you going? You going American? Is that where you're going? Well, I can probably go England then. Or no, wait, no, you're going Russian. So if I go Russian planes, no, I don't have anything but the reserves. I can go Great Britain, I guess, maybe. I don't want to go Germany because if we go American, Germany, and Russia. And also, hey, by the way, Scarlett wanted to do one jet run, and this is going to be my last one, so I'm going to just let them do a jet run. I don't really have any, so, but you can just find your if you can just find whatever your highest tier plane is, L, I'd bring that, because we're going to top tier for the planes right now. I can't bring Germany, so I will bring, I don't want to go 3 countries either. Do I have no Russian or American planes, right? Not really. P-36. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm ready. Yes, and there were multiple presidents during the war high. And, you know, to be fair, I think to some extent, we look back fondly upon Kennedy. Bring a biplane. It will be funny. I don't want to bring a biplane. I'll bring this. This will be funny too. Nice P-36. It'd be hilarious. But one of the things I think is interesting is that, like I said, Kennedy, John F. Kennedy is the person who starts us into the war, who actually kind of gets us committed into the war high, and he makes a lot of mistakes. The Bay of Pigs is a disaster. He gets us really heavily involved in the Vietnam War. He's the one who really kind of sets us in motion and really commits us heavily into the Vietnam War. And that's an absolute disaster. And he's looked upon fondly, and I've never understood that. But again, at the time, he was like the Justin Trudeau or whatever you would like to say. Like he's like just this attractive guy who people kind of give a pass for being a not so great leader because he's attractive, right? Sorry, I couldn't get on in time. I was busy. No, that's fine, Thunderbolt, man. That's fine. Listen, you do you, man. I'm never gonna fault nobody for nothing. If you want to get on next time with us, get on next time with us. That's okay, Thunderbolt. I appreciate you even trying, man. Anytime I can play with y'all, I absolutely love playing with y'all. But I'm not gonna be upset about it, man. It's absolutely fine. How many missiles am I gonna have shoved up my? Ooh, okay. But yeah. So it starts off with Kennedy. Bay of Pigs was Cuba. Yeah, the Bay of Pigs was Cuba, and that was an absolute disaster, absolute S show, and he was involved in that. God, there was the Marilyn Monroe thing. I mean, it just everything in this man's life says that he was not a great man. The infidelities, the Bay of Pigs, the absolute disaster that he gets us involved in Vietnam. Nice one, Phantom. Nice one. I like that. Hell, I like the Phantom. Guys, Funklet is a war criminal. I don't know who that is, but I'll stay clear of Funklet. Probably not a very good opinion, but he probably wouldn't be famous or loved as much if he didn't get in that open top car. And you know what, to be fair, he would still be famous for certain aspects, right? It's an interesting thing because there are still, as much as I give him a lot of, crap for what he did, right? There is his involvement in World War II and him surviving the PT-109 incident, and as well as his dealings with the Cuban Missile Crisis, right? I'm not sorry, it's both accurate and it's by clown the kids that say it these days. I'm so confused. Out here running the ravine. So, but like there was enough bad stuff that I think outweighed the good for most part. And don't get me wrong, he did do some good things. It's just the bad was so bad. But people seem to look at him with a what do they call it? Rose tinted glass. I like that. Inverted. Very nice, Al. And the smoke. And Scarlet out there. The Su-33. I got shot down by a missile. In top tier, no way. I don't believe it. I'm the last one alive. Go P-36. Evasive maneuvers. No one killed a P-36. Sorry, buddy. It's fine. That's too funny. Well, we can return to hangar on that.
We've lost. But next time, victory will
Get
be
shut down by a
ours.
missile on F2A. Yeah, and F2A got me as well. Probably not a good opinion. He'll be famous as half of the open top car. That guy must have been hacking. Like, how did he kill you, right? Yeah, how did he kill me? Did you see those evasive maneuvers at the end? I was clearly in the midst of a barrel roll. I was definitely going to evade that missile. Hacks all the way. All right. Well, I will drop group so y'all can move on and do y'all's thing. But yeah, I mean, there's a ton of what ifs in History High, right? And it is an interesting thought process to think of all the different battles and the different events that happen in time, right? And it's I don't want to bring up any new ones because if I start speculating, I could be here all day. Like, what if the French don't join us for the revolution? Or what if we don't make the Louisiana Purchase? Or, what if the French Navy doesn't show up outside of Yorktown? Does Cornwallis escape? And does the war continue going on and on? That was funny. Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny, Scarlett. See ya, Jiff. Hey, have a good one, Scarlett. Enjoy the rest of your day. There's just an absolute ton of things. What if Rommel had been in North Africa when Patton launched his massive offensives? You know what I'm saying? Like, would he have made adjustments and other stuff like that? There's a ton of different stuff. Added you to their friend list. Oh, well, okay, cool. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, I think that there's, history is full of what ifs, right? What if this, who if that, right? So it is interesting. And it's funny, like I said, because as far as the Vietnam War goes and everything else like that, what if Guy Fawkes blowed up Parliament? To be fair, and this is going to sound terrible high, I only know about the mask being related to Guy Fawkes, right? I don't know what he did or didn't do. I'm not up on that aspect of history. I want to say it was like a coup, or like you said, trying to blow up Parliament, maybe. So was he trying to like create an anarchical state? I'm not really sure. I'm not up on that. I'm a huge World War II guy. So, and I like the Revolutionary War, Civil War. These are all, of course, American Civil War, American Revolution, right? Because you could say Revolutionary War, and that could be anywhere, right? That could be the Revolutionary War of whatever. You could say of the Congo or of Vietnam, But in this case here, I'm, of course, referring to, things that involved the United States. Basically, he was a Catholic, and he wanted to kill the Protestant king who was visiting Parliament at that time. Oh. Yeah, that was a strange thing to me. I always thought it was very strange to me, the dislike between Catholics and Protestants. My mother was Irish Catholic, and we lived in a neighborhood where at the end of our street, and it's the only street, it was the only street at the time in America, and maybe the only street right now in America, that has the green on top. Because they said they wouldn't deal with that fucking Tory red being on top. So they kept throwing rocks at the light until The state put up a light where the green was on top. So otherwise, all of our others have the red on top for stoplights. But this one light, and it may be the only light in the entire country. And they put up like a big shrine to it with people pointing at it, like these people in bronze, you know what I'm saying, who are clearly Irish Catholics pointing at it, you know what I'm saying. And it was a big to-do for them. And it was a big Irish neighborhood. I remember growing up in this Irish/Italian neighborhood. As it was Irish on one side, Italian on the other. So he tried to blow up Parliament with gunpowder, but he was captured. Now, every November, we have fireworks and a bonfire. Is that in celebration of him trying? Is that the idea? The idea is that they honor him. Was the Protestant king at the time a very cruel man? Depends on your viewpoint. Okay. That's fair. See, and that's the thing, too. I've never understood, like, Protestantism and Catholicism being as close as they are, to have such vitriolic hatred for one another during those time periods is such a strange thing for me to look back on using a modern day lens. Now, of course, obviously, that's saying viewing it from a modern day lens, right? It's like, you guys are so close to being almost the exact same thing. Why? Why have such just unmovable ideas that don't allow you to see each other as brother in almost the same exact religion, built Christianity, right? Celebrating his capture, in my opinion. Okay, so they celebrate his capture. I wasn't sure. Like, I mean, you're telling me you're doing bonfires and a fireworks, and it's like, so is that supposed to be like, hey, we wish he would have gotten the explosion off? Like, is that what the fireworks or whatever? Most of the wars in Europe were Catholic versus Protestant. I know, and that's something I've never understood. With all the different religions that were so different from you, right? To have spent so much time killing one another when your views differed by such a minimalistic area. France, the powerhouse of Catholic, and England. Yeah, no, I understand that France was the Catholic and England was the Protestants. That's why Ireland doesn't, well, certain parts of Ireland don't get along well with England still, right? It's because they've never forgiven them for the whole Protestant Catholic thing, right? So, that is interesting. But I'm of like German and Irish heritage. Well, I got executed by burning, I believe. So we burned a dummy. Oh, so an effigy in with the bonfire. So basically, he got burned at the stake. That's got to be a terrible way to go. Burning and drowning. I just feel like would be like the two worst. Just be the absolute two worst. You know, both, one by asphyxiation and the other by just being burnt. Like, ugh, that just sounds rough. We got executed by burning, I believe. So we burned them. Yeah, okay, I read that already in with the bonfire. Yeah, that sounds pretty rough. There is one town who burns the Pope. Yeah. You know, I mean, that's fair. Not everyone sees eye to eye with the church, right? But again, you know, you're burning effigies of the Pope, who is Catholic, who has different views from you in small ways. In lose? Or lives? Lose. And lose. Like I said, again, like you burn effigies of the Pope for a group of people that have small differences than you. What wonderful traditions we have. Well, hey, look, we all have some strange traditions, right? Everyone has that weird thing. I mean, we celebrate Christmas, right? Which is kind of a weird. The actual background of it is not. I don't think is the background that we celebrate today. Have a good night. Have a good one, Tin Soldiers. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Thanks for hanging with me here. But hi, I mean, if you think about it too, right? Like if you really want me to ruin some things for you, like see, have a good night. Oh, have a good night. Bye. London Bridge is falling down. I think is one that is like a horrific. There's just a bunch of horrific nursery rhymes, right? Like what is it? Ring Around the Rosies, right? And this is all based off of, the Ring Around the Rosie song is actually like based off of the plague. So Ring Around the Rosies is that you had a red circle. That was the first form that you would actually see of the actual Black Plague. Pockets full of posies. People used to carry around pockets full of flowers, or a lot of flowers and stuff like that to kind of try to mask the smell of the mass death. Ring Around the Rosies, pocket full of posies. Ashes, ashes. Of course, they burn the bodies. We all fall down. And one of the final things was that with the fever that the plague would bring along or whatever, was that people would lose their ability to stand upright. And then, what is the other one? Do you know the Muffin Man? And that's based off of like a serial killer or something like that, who lives on Drury Lane or something like that. And apparently there was like a mass serial killer, and whenever they would find these like poor murdered women, there would be like a smell of like baked goods or fresh goods kind of in the air. Or it was always happening around the bakeries. I'm not sure about that one there. I can't remember exactly how that one was, but but it was based around the concept that he was a serial killer. There was a serial killer that was, I don't think that was ever caught. And just, and that's not the only one. I know there's a couple more that I've looked up in the past. Not even looked up, to be fair. YouTube feeds me things. I put on one thing on YouTube, right? I'll put on this one thing that I always go to sleep to, right? So I'll put this one thing up on YouTube, and I'll be listening to it. And it's the same thing every time, right? And I will wake up to a bunch of people playing Dungeons and Dragons and rolling dice. And I'm like, I have no interest in this. Don't get me wrong. It's cool. I'm sure there's a ton of people who play and have a great time with it. It's not for me. It's kind of like soccer, right? It's not for me. It's for millions of people, right? But not for me, right? And I'm like, I don't know where they got the idea of all my YouTube searches that, like, hey, you know what this guy would really like? He'd really like some D&D. So every morning I wake up to, like, some new round of D&D or some new round of fantasy where they roll dice to, determine different outcomes. And I'm always like, this is amazing. Like, I don't know where they got this idea, but they just keep running it. Drury Lane Dicer. 16th century baker turned serial killer. Legend has it that Lynn would use muffins tied at the end of a string to lure innocent children to their doom. Holy, it's worse than I thought it was. I didn't think they were, I didn't know it was children. Okay, well, that's horrific. Just absolutely horrific. But anyways, I've gone on a complete tangent here. I am going to wrap it up on a much, hopefully, lighter note. I will be back again, I hope, tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's going to be Warthunder. The wife is now checking out Pal World again, and I'm trying to get her to join me for some Pal World streams, especially since Pal World has now kicked off its new 1.0 update, and I would absolutely love to check that out, and I'm sure she would too, because she really enjoyed that game. So, and one of the biggest mistakes I made was stop playing it, because I think we'd still be streaming together a lot more if I had continued playing that game. But I just stopped playing. I like the chats at the end of the streams. Oh, I do too. Hi. I do too. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like there's probably a lot of other people who just like, I came here for Warthunder. What is this? What is this about Drury Lane? And it's fanatics who are doing horrific things, right? Or, the Black Plague. Like, the only Black Plague I want to see is you dropping napalm on top of people. Let's go. Anyways, I will let it go at that. Hi. And I will do my outro, and I will be out. I appreciate you hanging out and talking to me after the stream, of course, hi, as always, and anyone else who stuck around to listen to me yammer on in my, babbling nonsense. But anyways, guys, as always, this has been another episode of Warthunder with Jiffy. As always, I'm Jiffy. This is Jiffy's Game, and if you like what I do, throw me a like, a subscribe, come say hey in the chat, come run a few rounds with us, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Bye-bye for now.